Yeah, I wanted to say a few words about what's current affairs in the United States right now, about student loan repayments. And what shocks me is, the trauma I usually have from post secondary education is the lack of quality and reporting on it, and then those reports being ignored. I haven't felt a lot of stress for provincial or federal student loans because when I'm complaining about the quality of post secondary education in Canada, I say, well, don't expect me to pay that back unless you you take my complaints, which I can document pretty seriously. But I did have Scotiabank trauma because when the province of residence I had at the time, Quebec, was not supportive of my education in the way they calculated things, which, was magical economics, right? Economics is a manipulative form of math that can easily bypass and remove the equation of human rights, right? So that's what gave me trauma. But to see the United States have organizations that want to hear the stories of their graduates there, and many of them would say that they don't know what to do with this changing world where they they're not even sure about work or being able to pay rent or medical stuff and still be expected to do this is what scares me more about that is I don't hear the stories that they believe or don't believe that they've received quality education. So it's pretty scary because very likely they have not, and they're not talking about that. But still, yes, education should be a right because otherwise, if you can't choose to study after high school and what that subject is, then you are a slave to that society. That society is pro-slavery. And it's pro-slavery in a way like, okay, we gave you a little choice of what to study, but this loan process will keep you in that profession because we don't need to deal with you anymore for any more choices you might want to make for your life. That's what it sounds like to me. So of course, it's hard to take a country seriously as a democracy or a free country if education is not free, ongoing for people that want to kind of keep going at it. Now, there could be requirements where somebody's not always at school. For example, if they want to be, they might eventually evolve to be a professor as a way to still earn income and have a profession and still be involved in being a student, but also a professor at the same time. Because at that point, if they have been in school so long, well, they'd probably do a decent job at being a professor. So for me, it's quite weird that we're not talking about this, and that at the same time the United States is able to invest so much money into killing innocent people with guns in their own countries and other countries, and their military again maintaining a status quo that will only accelerate the problems their own citizens continue to get over time because of the you know manifest destiny of their military, for example, and their elites over there. It's ridiculous. The United States and a few other countries are putting the same amount of money in military defense that they would put if there was a real alien invasion. So ask yourself if the United States, largely made up of terrorist states, terrorist countries, organizations, especially in the Security Council, ask yourselves what kind of species we are when we invest as if there was like 4 alien invasions in a row for things like defense instead of education. So ask yourself this.